Hello, guys. Welcome to Sportsbook Review and the start of our World Cup 2018 coverage. Joining me today is Big Man on Campus and Alex from Need for Tips. We're taking a look at three of the top futures betting markets. Top goal scorers, winner, top goal scorer double. And then the first that we're going to start with is to name the finalists, which is quite good. You can always get some early value here. But first of all, I'd like to welcome Big Man Alex to the show. Guys, thank you for joining me today. How exciting.
Hey, Natalie.
Thanks for having us, Nat. Very excited.
Very excited. Now, interesting, if you go over to Sportsbook Review, we've already started to roll out our coverage both on Sportsbook Review and Odds Markets. So this first bit of information here that I've got is from Martin's article over at Sportsbook Review. No team with greater odds than 12 has ever won the World Cup, which means there are 5 sides to analyze here. We've got Germany, Brazil, France, Spain, and Argentina. Maybe Belgium at a push. Belgium are often everyone's dark horse. Big Man, are there any other teams that we should be thinking about right now, or is it the teams that I have just mentioned, are they the top contenders?
I think they are the top contenders, but I do want to make it clear. I think there are some really good middle tier futures to take a look at. You mentioned Belgium. They're kind of almost at that 10-1 mark where you kind of look where you want to be. But I think this Belgium team is I could make the case they're a top 3 side in the world as far as what they have. They are really good starting 11 wise, and they're a team that I really like this year. I think they're a kind of team that can beat a Brazil or someone like that. But, you looked at some of the middle tiers. I think Uruguay is a decent bet. I think they're a team that you could obviously include with Suarez and Godin and Cavani. They're a really good side. But once you get down past that, then you're really starting to take shots. I mean, do you really believe? Look, could Salah maybe get out of the group? Yeah, but the likelihood of them moving past that is low. No, I tend to stay within the 30 to 50 to 1 and below. Anything above that, I think, is just really you're just kind of reaching at that point. But no, I think there are a couple middle tier. Poland, Uruguay, and even I like Croatia a lot. I think as far as the higher end ones, they're probably the best one. Croatia's got a really good side, great midfield. Just got to defend a bit because when Dejan Lovren's your best defender, that's a bit of a concern. But Croatia and Uruguay are ones that I'm high on.
Yeah, and could also be sort of good options as well to cash out as we get sort of further into the tournament.
Exactly.
Alex, do you have any, when you play the futures, most people think to sort of bet on like one team, but if you can actually sort of mathematically do it, it's actually quite good to put your money on a few teams, cash out as the tournament continues, or progresses, sorry. Which teams are you sort of looking at right now?
Huge favorites from my point of view, Spain. I think that they can beat Germany right now. I think they can beat Brazil. And dark horses, I'm going with Belgium. I'm going with Belgium this time stronger than the other times because Belgium's players are playing together for a long time now. And exactly this moment is their time to shine because in 4 years from now, a lot of players will retire, and they have huge firepower in all around. Also in the defense, where they have Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld from Tottenham. The middle, I'm not saying about the middle because they have, I think that the best middle in the world with Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne, and I think that Lukaku helped a little bit with assists, good assists from his teammates, can prove high quality player in this tournament. So for me, Spain as strong favorites, and after that, dark horse is Belgium.
Really? So would you put, as far as naming the finalists, would you put Spain there?
Yeah, naming the finalists for sure. I'm putting Spain. How much they are now? Brazil and Spain at 17. Name the finalists. One finalist. I don't know how much it is. Name the finalist. I'm seeing a lot of markets. There are a lot of combinations, and you can bet on multiple markets because the odds are high. So if you bet one unit, for example, on 5-6 combinations, you can still make a huge profit because we are talking with about odds from 13 and above, Germany and Brazil together are 13, the lowest odds on the market, but you can go as high as 201. I'm not talking about other teams, because if you look the trend in the World Cup, most of the time the top four favorites, the top five favorites are going in the final, are qualifying in the final. Very few exceptions. So this is why I advise our viewers to place one unit on several combination between the top five, and I think that that is a profitable market.
Yeah. Would you prefer to play, you were sort of mentioning there Brazil and Spain. You get odds of as high as 21 right now with Bet365, goes as low as 15 with the likes of Coral. But to bet Spain to reach the finals, 4.33, seems a little low to wait for your return. But is that something you would do, Spain to reach the final, 4.33?
I think no. If I'm talking about futures, like Big Man said, I like to play higher value odds, like 12, 13 and above. Also, you can play Brazil and France together to reach the final at 34, So that is a really good odd, in my opinion. 34, and when they qualify in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, you can cash out,
Yeah. Now, obviously, most of us remember the thrashing that Brazil got at the hands of Germany in 2014, their semi-finals. I'm guessing Brazil are going to be a bit of a warpath here to reclaim that. They are an improved side since 2014. Do you see Brazil advancing to the finals as well, big man? Or is it, again, is Germany just too strong?
No, I think they're going to lose to Belgium. I think that's a team that could really give them some issues. I think it's important when you're looking at futures. Obviously, the path to that end is obviously important. I have a lot of experience with this in the March Madness tournament, where you have to almost look ahead 4 or 5 different rounds, and I think it makes it kind of interesting. No, I actually think Brazil could lose to Belgium. I think that could be a really good match. I'm not penciling them in. No, not at all. I think they're a great side. I think they're probably the most talented team in this, but I think the path to the World Cup final is obviously important. I have a future in Brazil. I made it a long time ago, but Belgium's going to be one that I'm going to include as well. I think they could. I think it's also, you mentioned earlier, Natalie, we talked about some of the higher ends. You look at Croatia for, look at Croatia here. Croatia's at 34-1. If they can find a way to get into that, to win that Group D, they're going to be able to face a C runner-up. So you're going to face, a team in Denmark or Peru or someone like that, where that's not a particularly difficult, way to get into the quarterfinal. Then you'd obviously face, your Spain or Portugal. But I think Croatia has a decent start, at least once you get past the knockout stage, to maybe advance a little bit. But no, I think Brazil could lose to Belgium. And that could be their slip up. I could also see a situation where Spain could lose to Croatia. This looks like a World Cup that could have some, random things that go on. Look, all these teams are very good, Brazil and Spain and all those teams, but there's some really good middle tier teams like a Croatia, like a team like that. I'm looking more at, long term. I think Brazil's going to slip up to Belgium. I really do. I think Belgium they have one of the best 11s I've seen in this tournament.
Yeah. So as far as right now, sort of to name the finalists, we can also throw in the winner there. How are you? Like, have you started playing World Cup futures right now? How exactly do you feel like doing? Are you putting on a unit on each, 2 units on each, and which teams have you selected, big man?
Yeah, I've went through obviously the who I think will win. I've went through groups. Will certain teams qualify? But as far as to win, I have Brazil. I have Croatia. I took a small play on Egypt. I also have Belgium, and I might add Uruguay in there. I'm getting pretty good odds on that. But as far as the name the finalist option, I took Belgium and Spain at 41. I think that's a pretty good price. I'm going to get more into kind of that market in a little. I've more or less concentrated right now on some of the grouping stuff because, Natalie, here's the thing about futures, and there are 2 things. Obviously, you're laying big prices because you want to cash out big, but most sharp bettors, the reason why they're sharp and make a lot of money is they're willing to lay high odds So, in the case you may lose, you're probably not going to lose. So I'm looking at guaranteed spots for me, like Tunisia qualifying. They're not qualifying. I'm gonna have to lay 1 to 6, but they're not losing. That's an easy unit for me to pick up. I can grab those easy units. I don't think Russia's going to win that group. I'm gonna lay 1 to 3 or so, but I don't think they're gonna win. Little markets like that where I can clean up early. That's my goal. I want to find the bad sides that aren't going to win anything, like Belgium or Tunisia under 2.5. They're not going to win a game in this competition. They might draw once, but they don't belong here. I'm gonna really pile on teams like that.
Hmm.
Early on I can make easy units with.
Yeah. And what about you, Alex?
I
I
totally.
noticed sort of a conversation that we were having on Twitter, talking about Portugal. We've got to talk about Portugal there. They're priced 26, so lower odds than Croatia, for example. But they won Euro 2016. Should they be taken into account? They do have Ronaldo. Should they be taken into account at all?
They do have Ronaldo. Dot. There it stops the sentence. They do have Ronaldo. That's it. They are relying on one person. They do have Ronaldo.
I had to ask.
Ronaldo. Yeah. I don't think that maybe they will qualify with Spain from their group, but from second place, and they will not avoid the big names in the knockout stages. But I really love what Big Man said earlier. In another video later on this week or maybe the other week, we have to come with some great tips because I have them written down. Easy winners, as Big Man said, goals in the group, total goals per team in the group, because I'm seeing a lot of teams without scoring 2-3 goals, and if you can have a team scoring less than 3 goals at 1.7, it's a sure thing for me. Because we will talk in another video anyway. Easy winners are always nice in the World Cup, and if we take it step by step, I think that we can have a really profitable World Cup. The bookies are offering us a huge range of this is incredible what is happening for the World Cup, the biggest event in the world, and the bookies are offering everything like. I don't know. You name a bet that the bookies will offer odds for that.
Yeah. Well, listen, we've started as well over, we've got a tournament going. It's for SBR Forum Pro posters. So check out that. It's to name each team and how they will appear in the group. The winner gets this bet points up for grabs. It's some fun. So you guys check that out. I'll put that in the comment section as well. But we've also started, and Alex, I know because I spoke with you. Yeah, never bet alone. Team bankroll. There we go.
Like
Those are World
I
Cup
wanted
t-shirts.
to wear it, but I said okay, let's not do it from now.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.